All right, let's talk about budget. When it's time to fund a particular case for your housing rehab program, adding a budget item is really simple. Just come up here, add a budget item, construction, put in the amount and from the funding source that you're funding it from. You can also select the contractor or contractor that you're using for this case and fund that in the system. As you can see here, we've already funded Acme Construction based on their approved schedule values and based on their bid. We have all of the funding entries here. We have all the schedule of values. You can see that we can track change orders as well, and when those change orders were approved and for how much and what they were for. You can see that we can also track retainage as well, and that percentage of retainage held can be adjusted as well for you. For a particular budget, you can see that we also track draws. And so your contractors can request draws in the system, and we'll get into what it looks like from their perspective. But as an administrator, you can view the draw. If there's any information from the contractor, you can see that they upload all the backup documentation, pictures, change orders, invoices, whatever, and then they fill out the amount requested column here. And then again, the retainage is withheld. So going through all of that information, you can see that they're requesting $264 for this request. Once that's submitted, that kicks off the workflow on your side for the administrator. So we can set up different people to have the roles of reviewing and approving these draws. Once a draw is approved in this step, and it'll automatically notify the next person in the workflow. And you can track any administrative related fields like vouchers, numbers, check number, IDS number. And again, everything is stamping the audit log behind the scenes. So how does a case get funding? So at a high level, Neighborly Software has a funding module. So we can track all of your funding sources in real time. So here in CDBG 2017, if I click this particular funding source, it'll pull up that funding source and give us an overview of those, of the CDBG program in 2017. So it'll have some information here shortly. Here's our overview for CDBG 2017. I can see the dates of my program year. I can see my accounting codes, a description. I can see a high-level summary of our funding. I can see my initial allotment of money from HUD at $2.6 million. I can also track any program income that's coming back into the program, unique to grant-based accounting requirements. I can also take that allotment of money and spread that out over my 3 programs that utilize CDBG 2017 funding. In here, you'll see we have housing rehab. We've budgeted that based on our action plan of $924,000. We've already encumbered $50,000 on 5 cases. We have some funding that's being in pending status. You'll see we have public facilities and infrastructure, public service grants, and you'll also be able to click into each one of these programs and adjust the funding if needed. So if you need to make some adjustments, you can. So you can enter that amount. You can track all of the expenditures by unique categories as well. So these are all of your budget categories. And you can also view any miscellaneous budgets within this tab here as well. So if you want to track any rehab admin or rehab delivery costs, or drawdowns of your admin budget, you certainly can. And then all of your transactions for this CDBG 2017 roll up into a master summary. You can export this to a spreadsheet. You can filter it by date, by process by program, you name it. Let's go back into that program budget. And one other thing I really love to share is when you look at these 5 cases, it's going to automatically run a report from our report builder that highlights the 5 cases that we've encumbered funds on. So here we have Oswald Rabbit all the way down to Buzz Lightyear. We can see each of their case statuses and where they're at in the program. We can also see how much money we've encumbered. Additionally, I can also see which contractors they're using. If they've been awarded, if a contractor's been awarded yet, I can also see which of these projects have loans. I can see all the drawdown and budget transactions, and I can see all of their accomplishments. So I can see their income level, their race, their ethnicity, and other demographic data. And I can export that to a spreadsheet, or I can pin them on a Google map to show where they're located in your community.